Wacko here, welcome back to Resonant Rise, episode 2 of the new series. Hello Poppy. I have done a live stream since you last saw me. So we left last episode, I just finished doing this triple R processing from Mechanism. Now, there was an issue with that. The issue was this guy, the electrolytic separator, constantly draws power. So you need to constantly be feeding this power or it drains out. So I did a live stream on Wednesday, it's now Friday. This video will be out Saturday, yeah? So the first thing I did in the live stream was to work out some kind of power to get into this. Now, if I was going to use a lava, the magnetic dynamo, I'd constantly need lava for it. So I decided to go for the hydrogen generator. Hydrogen generator made like so, bit of steel, one of these electrolytic cores which takes a bit more stuff, and still pretty cheap though. And what that does is that takes in hydrogen and puts out RF. So what we've got here now is, because the way this works now, and this is the new way this works, I want to get into Manchem, by the way, so I'm looking at that. Manchem looks really awesome. I was just checking that out. I will be getting into that in this series, certainly. Hopefully quite soon. So, before it only put out one or the other, now it can put out both at the same time. Now, it looks like nothing's happening here, but what's actually happening is, this is all full, because this is all full. So, this is constantly drawing 20 RF a tick. So, if we look at it, it says, look, 9999980, because this is constantly drawing 20 RF a tick. Look there. So it's using RF, 20 RF a tick. So that's just constantly keeping everything topped up. So oxygen keeps going into there. If we start using a bit of stuff, let's start processing this copper. This is all very slow, by the way. This is all very slow. It will be until I start upgrading it. I'm going to get speed upgrades, efficiency upgrades, and then we'll gradually upgrade these to factories as well. And I am going to go for the 4 times processing pretty soon as well. But as you can see, that's now using oxygen. So we are using a bit of oxygen here. That's still using only 20. So you see, look, 2398, 2399. That's that little. It's using one and it's constantly refilling it. Now it seems that you don't have to dump any of these either. So if one's full and you're only pulling the other, say if my oxygen's full and I want hydrogen still, it'll still produce it. It won't jam up. So it automatically dumps if one of the things is full. So that's all good. This is holding 16,000 RF. It's holding 18,000 hydrogen. It puts out 240 RF a tick, which is 24 MJs in old money. So 24 MJ a tick, quite nice. It's like a little bit of drug talk up there. I'll show you why we got into that. So it's like, yeah, 3 dynamos. So it's pretty cool. So because of that, I wanted some power storage. I wanted better than leadstone. I did have that leadstone energy cell, but I wanted better power storage. So in the stream, quite a bit of the stream was working towards getting a redstone energy cell and the energy conduits, because the leadstone can only carry 40 RF a tick. So I needed more capacity for power output. So we've got redstone energy cell running right round here. To make them, I needed to create a magma crucible and a fluid transposer to create the frame and stuff like that. So we got on with that, and since the stream, I've also created a energetic infuser just for the full set. Now, the other things I made in the stream was, one is these 2 guys. We've got a jetpack and free runners. I've just been in single player a minute ago. What free runners do is, free runners don't make it so you don't take fall damage. So they go very well with a jetpack. You can enchant these using books and anvil with protection and haste. Just been checking that. I was checking what you can enchant with stuff. Just in case you don't know, armor stand, if you put a redstone signal under it, or redstone signal touching it, shift right click will swap. So I'm swapping between my steel armor and my little flying set there. So yeah, the jetpack runs on hydrogen and the free runners run on RF. So the free runners I can recharge in there, which I've got my atomic disassembler, so I'm going to show you in a minute. And the hydrogen generator, you can put the jetpack in and charge it there. But to charge that, I do actually have to turn this off, because it'll feed power into there before it'll charge anything up. Now the other thing I've done is I created this guy. It's called a gas tank. It's very cheap, nice and easy to make. No recipe found. That's a lie. Let's have a look. Gas tank, osmium around an iron dust, gets you a gas tank. And what that's got in it is 96,000 hydrogen, so I left that in there, let it fill up in there with this disabled so power won't go into it. And what I can do now is whenever I need, I can carry that around with me. I can place it on the ground, and should I need power into my jetpack, I can just drop it in there, and it'll fill up. It's already full, so I'll actually drop it in there. It's already full, so that's all good. So excellent. I've got flight, pretty cheap. Now mechanism, very good mod. I've got nothing bad to say about it. Possibly a little cheap on the recipes. It takes a little bit of getting used to making it, but once you've got used to making them, they're actually pretty cheap. Now, another thing that's pretty cheap is this guy, Atomic Disassembler. Let's check him out. It's like a Vajra from Gravity Suite. It takes an atomic core, for which you need that stuff. It's not that expensive. And what did I need? Something I made. I needed purified, compressed stuff. Bear with me a second. I need one of these obsidian ingots. What do I need one of them for? I had to make that in the osmium compressor like so, using refined obsidian dust, which you make in the metallurgic infuser with some diamond dust. But yeah, what did I need that for? I needed one of these for something. I needed it for... oh yeah, I needed it. I didn't need it for that. It's there. Obsidian ingot. So I had to make an osmium compressor, and I had to use some diamonds in the metallurgic infuser. And so it is a little bit expensive. It takes a little bit of fiddling. What this does, it's like a Vajra. Now it's got several modes. Now I'll just check this in SSP as well. Now you can enchant it with Unbreaking, but it doesn't seem to do anything. I tried with a Silk Touch, Fortune and Looting Book, and you can't do anything like that on it. The Unbreaking, I put it on it still seems to take the same amount of power, so I'm not sure what that's about. There's a few modes on this. Since I'll adjust my mic a little bit, I apologise. Now the modes are, let's start with it. So off takes no power. Let's go back to off. You see off, doesn't do anything. Normal takes 20 RF a hit. It says 20 RF, but it does seem to take a little bit more. Let's have a look. So that's full. Run normal. I'll break one block, and you'll see there it's actually taken 80. So it says 20. It's actually, I don't know if it's something to do with the hardness of the material as well as it goes into account there. Next mode is slow, so that takes a bit less power, but it mines stuff slow, bricks stuff pretty slow. Not that slow, to be honest. And then we have got fast, 128, which is what I've been using to clear out all this area. If you look at my map, you see I've got this big square area cleared out that I wanted to clear out. So this is going to be my base area. I'm actually building two bases. I'm building a little magic tower up there, and if you know blood magic at all, you probably see that is the layout of a tier 5 blood altar, which I will be getting to. Next mode is vein. Vein's really cool. Let me get down here. So I'm going to talk about this in a minute. I've cleared all this area out, as you can see. I've made a little enchant in place because I've got 30 levels. This is also a good weapon. Oops, that's how I died. I've died since the stream as well. I'm on to 2 deaths. 18, look, to an unarmoured guy. I'm on to 2 deaths. I died because I was wearing this stuff, not my steel armour. And I was mining and fighting stuff. And I died very quick. Ooh, hello guys. You stay there. Let me get my armour on. I'm going to come play with you. Because I need... oh, where's he gone? You go away first. No, you come here. Thank you. Ender pearl, lovely. That's what I needed. Where's the other guy? Ah, you son of a bitch. Come back. I only want to hug you. Playing hide and seek with an Enderman. Not the best thing for a video, is it? As soon as I get near him, he's gonna piss off, isn't he? That's what happens when it gets daylight, isn't it? You can't really get him to you. Look at all these knobheads over here. Right, screw him. I've actually got 2 ender pearls now. I can make an ender pouch and ender chest combo. Made a little enchanted room because I have got 32 levels. I was up to 34 when I died. It knocked me back down to 20. Yeah, I was down in the depths mining, I'm just going to show you quickly what vein does down there. The live stream will all be put up on YouTube over the weekend, so Saturday, probably the same day this video goes out, Saturday evening, my time. Unfortunately, the third part didn't record properly, so the third part I've uploaded directly from Twitch, which means it's a little bit, the picture quality will be a little bit shit, but it should be watchable. What vein does is, as you see there's more than one gold ore. If I break one, it'll bring me all of them. So, as you might guess from it being called vein. And then what else we got there, back to off. So, I've generally been using it on fast for clearing blocks, and then vein. So, because this can't take fortune or looting, I will still be making redstone flux weapons and tools. A pick at least, and I'm probably not going to make a shovel or an axe because this works so good. But I probably am going to make a pick and a sword from redstone arsenal. Now, what else I've done? Hello, nice pants. Is he going dancing or fighting? Yeah, quite well armoured he was as well. So what else I've done is I made a portal to the Nether, and it linked to Poke Fence portal. So what I did was I got a waypoint of where my portal was. What's that doing there? What was that? What's going on? Well, that was weird. That wasn't my book. I don't know whose that was. Where's it gone? Has it gone through the portal? So what I did was I linked my portal to my base. Whose is that? Let's have a look. Interesting. Someone has possibly accidentally linked to my portal, which is unfortunate for him because my portal's up in the sky. Oh, they put a ladder down. So there we go. I put my portal up in the roof for the Nether. I travelled across. So if you put a waypoint in the Nether, if you put a waypoint in the overworld, then come into the Nether, then go to that waypoint in the Nether. Make a portal in the Nether. It'll definitely link back to where I'm stuck. Why am I stuck? Let me go up, please. Thank you. Yeah, it'll definitely link you back to your own portal, which is good. So yeah, I did that, and I think that's most of what I covered in the live stream. So it took me 3 hours to do all that. The only other thing I did, last 10 minutes, I did a little bit of blood magic. I made my tier 1 altar, I made my tier 1 blood orb, and my my knife of sacrifice that I used for stabbing myself, and divination sigil. But that's about all I've done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and enchant something, as I've got these 33 levels. What should I enchant? I've got nothing really to enchant yet. I can't really make the redstone flux stuff yet because I need a lot of diamonds, which I ain't got yet. I'm going to cut camera then. Now I've done the little covered what was in the stream bit. Tell you what, I should tell you what I'm doing here then. Anyway, I've cleared this area out. This is my 5x5 chunks. Loaded grid. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be my base area. This is dirt blocks, by the way. This is just dirt chiseled. Looks nice, doesn't it? I quite like it. This is going to be my area. I'm going to fence it all off, and it's going to have a little road through it, and it's going to have a little hut, and that's all you're going to be able to see on the surface unless I press a button on a remote wireless redstone, which is going to bring my base up from under the ground. That's the eventual plan anyway. My base is going to be built on teleposers. That's my plan. So I've cleared it all out for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wire fence. I've been experimenting a little bit. I just kind of want it like an industrial fence. I'm not sure if there's any blocks that I can use that link to a fence post apart from full blocks. I need to actually make, I'm kind of going to go 2 high fence all the way around. Not using this iron blocks though. What I'm going to do is I am going to get my chisel out. I wonder whose book that is. I'm going to go experiment. I'm going to go investigate in a minute. What I was doing was I had some like that, and I had some like that, which is quite nice little pattern. I've dropped that book on the floor again. And if we go like that, for example, and then put them on the top, it's quite nice. Chisel, wonderful mod. So I was kind of making a fence like that, I need quite a bit of iron for that though, but I'm going to make a fence all the way around my base with some little stone bits in the corners, I guess. Right, yes, so that's pretty much why I've flattened all this out. I'm going to put farms and stuff on here. So it's going to be kind of like a big open space area, but the tech stuff is going to be able to come up or go back down. And because of elevators, I'm going to be able to have several levels, I think. I've got a plan. It might work, it might be really shit. If it's really shit, I apologise for wasting your time over the next few weeks. But it might be alright, we'll see. Oh, I might as well chuck that gold in there. Right then, so I'll quickly show you how I've been flying as well, by the way. We'll go and see. I have a little flyboat. I found some stuff. What have I found? I found a couple of villages. There's that one just there, of course. I've had a look around. And I went to visit Vagrim at his base, which is right up there. Where is it? There it is. That's Vagrim's base. There and there. And so when I flew back, I had a little look around, and I came and checked out Porkfen's base and Poppy's base, and there's a village here. This is the one. I found some bits in there. I took a few bits, so I found a Thalmon Omicron and some knowledge fragments, and anything else good. A writing desk, which I've not placed down yet. Safari net, which will come in useful. And there's my little bit of blood magic that I've started. Oh, this atomic disassembler, by the way, you can break beehives with it and it'll give you the bees, which is quite nice. Right, anyway, I'm going to make first a chunk loader or an ender pouch, ender bag thing. Well, for that I need blaze rods. I'm going to go back into the nether. I'm going to go find a blaze fortress, a fortress for blazes. I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I'm back, and damn it, I just died off camera as if I wasn't filming it. I got stuck in the nether on fire. So I've been in the nether. I found a blaze spawner. So you can see I've got a few blaze rods here. What I'm going to do with my first of my blaze rods is something you should always do. It's worth doing. Is make yourself a quick brewing stand. Always good. And put that down somewhere and I plop it on there. See, I've got a couple of trophies as well, by the way. Right. So, how do I make a fire resist potion? Can I make a fire resist potion? What do I need for it? I need a basic fire resist is a magma cream, blaze powder and a slime ball. I can. So I should make one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pulverize one of these guys, just so I don't die when I go back again. Now, it's been a while since I did the first part of the video. What I was going to do, I've been looking at, it took me a couple of hours and I've been sidetracked, all kind of stuff. I was going to start looking at doing the 5 times ore processing. Now, Mechanism's got 5 times ore processing now. This is 3 times. You can do 4 times by adding on a chemical something, another machine that looks like this. You can go to 5 times if you add on a few more machines that turn the ore into a slurry. So it's all very cool. I could start putting it together, but I just don't think I've got the power to actually run it. So that's what I've been debating doing. Oh, look at that! How awesome does that look? I love that guy. Look at that! I've got a iron bar door. And speaking of iron bars, check that out. I've been building my wall. What do you reckon? So I kind of wanted like a military looking fence, but that's the best I'm going to get, I think. That's just a chunk wide, each one of them. I've got a little 4-block pillar each place. I might do another layer of brick on the outside. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's how I want the place walled off. Now I did have 36 levels. I'm looking to get something to enchant. Now what I needed was some blaze powder, so I could actually go ahead and make a redstone arsenal. I'm going to get rid of that. Can I make that into anything? Let's have a look first. Another brick in a lacerator or a rock crusher. Man, let's get rid of it. Redstone arsenal pick, which is why I kind of wanted blaze powder as well, because obviously I need blaze powder to make that. But I'm not going to do that just yet. So let's make one of these, because it's worth having. Always worth having is a bit of fire resist, and the vanilla way of doing potions and stuff I quite like, so I've got no problem doing it. What I should do is get a water source nearer to my front door. So basically what I've done is I ain't got enough iron yet. I've used like a stack of iron, but I don't want to make all the rest yet. But I'll be going all the way around the base, and I'll be putting a gate in that side, and I'll be putting a gate in that side as well. That's the plan anyway. So in my little thing here, I want 3 water bottles. First of all, I need a nether wart, which I've just snagged some when I was looking for the nether fortress. Oh, the book, by the way, that was in where my portal is Vagrim's. So I went through it, and it took me to his base right over there. And there it is. Watch his first video, it's very cool. His base is a volcano with a big skull on the front. That's a skull, you can see the top of there. And there was no way back, so I had to fly back. So I went on a little journey on the way back. I want to see what that biome is, I like the look of it. And this here, that there, see that volcano there, that lava? That's a dungeon. That's a better dungeon. It's a big dungeon with a path all the way down full of spawners and stuff, so I might hit that at some point. No idea what that is. It's a bit of floating wood right up in the sky with a rope ladder on it. I don't know what base that is. Anyway, so I came back and I've done a little bit of work on my little fortress there. I got some witchwood because just above north of Vagrim's base there, that's a witchwood forest, which is pretty cool. So I snagged myself some witchwood. I also got a witchwood sapling. I've never seen before. And is it grown? No, it's not grown. I planted it over there. You can just see it over there. Look, little dark thing in the distance. Yeah. So now that that's been nether warted, it's now awkward potion. So what we do is put a magma cream in there, and then let's make this a long one. Is it redstone? Yeah. So the magma cream will turn that into a fire resist potion, and then our good old friend redstone will turn it into an 8-minute one, which is quite nice when you want to snag a few blaze rods. I'm not going to go back into there now though, because I've got what I need. So what do I need? I need a bit more pulverized obsidian, so let's go with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make, it's not that important though, because I ain't got 30 levels. So I'm going to, I swapped the pulverized and the furnace around as well, by the way. I am going to get myself a redstone arsenal pick made, flux infused, and probably a sword. I'm going to try and get fortune on the pick so I can start getting more diamonds and stuff. I'm going to want a silk touch one as well at some point, but because like I say, I can't put silk touch or fortune on this or looting, so I'm going to have to make some of these. So I am going to make all these bits. I should have all the stuff for this. You've seen me do this quite often. If you are interested in how to do this again, like I said with something else earlier, it's come to tag lock me, I think, witchery. So yeah, if you don't know how to do this, I did cover it in my beginner's guide, monster beginner's guide, very recently, episode or 2 back. Oh yeah, he asked me for taking my only gas tier off me, my only gas tier. There you go. Right then, I'll get these made, and then I shall come back, and we can't enchant it now, so it's a bit of a damp squib. Back in a bit. Okay, I went back, I made my flux infused pickaxe, which is just 3 electrum ingots and 2 rods, and I had a bit left, so I thought, screw it, I'll make a sword as well. Right down on diamonds now though, I'm down to 4 diamonds. I'll just use one of the fire resist potions, being into the nether, and I've made it a little bit safe, not safe, but I really struggle seeing netherrack, in nether brick, it's too dark, so I've just made a nice little cobble area in here. I just need to finish it off, but I nearly died, so I came back out again, as you can see by my health. So out we go. So I've got a nice little place there to get blaze rods for now, until I've got some kind of automated system set up with probably manufacturer reloaded, and I've got some nice little bits and bobs out of there as well. I've got some of these bone segments, quite useful. You can just stick them in a pulverizer, and they turn into bone meal, which is pretty useful. Never hurts having bone meal, does it? The problem is at the minute I'm really tight for space, and I don't really want to make a lot of chests. I'd rather wait for a system. I'm going to bin that cobble so I can always get more. Mushrooms I will keep, and netherrack, nether brick I shall also keep. Yeah, my chest situation's a bit dire at the minute, isn't it? Got some of them guys. Check them out. They're from Forbidden Magic, which is a Thaumcraft add-on, which I've never used before. So that's going to be interesting to get into. Because also, you may have noticed, I'll just regen my sword. There we go. You may have noticed I use Mistcraft to get to the Nether and back. So I, of course, have made an ink mixer. I've thrown it in here. So what we've got in here now is a little area with an anvil and ink mixer down underneath the anvil there, just to get me some linking panels so I can get around if I need to. Right then, what we can do now is, hopefully... Oh, look at that, brilliant. Pretty much perfect, exactly what I wanted. And, well, I would actually have liked... Silk Touch. Sorry, not Silk Touch. Fortune. Let's have a look at Diamond. What have I got that can process diamond ore? So let's have a look. We can put diamond ore. I can get 2 in the enrichment chamber. That's good to know. I can pulverize into 2 as well. So I can double up on the amount of diamonds I'm getting by silk touching it. So that's a bonus. I will want to get fortune as well at some point, but that's nice. I'm happy with that. So there we go. What I am going to actually do is I'm going to cut the camera again. I'm going to start laying out where I'm going to have a road for it, as I said. I'm going to start laying out where the factory is going to be. I think I'm going to see how far I can get with this 5 times processing. I'm going to start setting a few things up. I'm going to do it using Steve's factory manager, so it might be a little complicated looking, but I'm going to see how far I get. I'm going to see how many of the bits I can make that I'm going to need for it. I'm fairly sure that it's going to need a lot more power than a hydrogen generator, so I'm probably barking up the wrong tree by even contemplating doing it right now. But I'll see how far I get. Back in a bit. Okay then, I am back, and this is pretty much what you need to go from the 3 times ore processing up to the 5. I made myself a little clipboard here, and what we need is an electrolytic separator, which we've made one of before, that guy. So I've just made another one of them off camera, and then we've got all these things. We've got a condensate whatever, which is this guy, rotary condensator. So I want to make that guy first. So for that we need some steel casing, dynamic tank. I should have made energy tablets. Let me. Oh, I might not have enough gold for energy tablets. Could be an issue. So there, what? 1, 2, 3. Was it that like that, and there like that? It was cool. So we've got that. Made a little weight table here just to make things a little bit easier with this. So we might run out of them. We'll see how many of them we need. So what do we need? We need dynamic tanks. That's pretty straightforward. That's just some steel around cobblestone. Now dynamic tanks is something I've not used before. I believe I've seen Vagram use them. But there you go. That's a dynamic tank. I believe you can just place them in the form of multi-block tank. I think I probably need a valve of some kind. There. Right, what's making? So there's that bit. Then there's the steel casing, which is what we've made before. We, of course, know they work. So that's just osmium. I'm just cooking up some more osmium. I've been down mining under my base, and I got a load of osmium. Oops, it's not iron, is it? It's steel. A load of osmium and a load of iron mostly, but some other stuff as well. So I had quite a little productive trip down there, to be honest. It was quite cool. So control circuit, that. Some gas tanks. Now I'm going to use a few gas tanks. The problem I've had with setting this up is you have to use the pressurized cables from. What are we doing here? Yeah, I wanted them. Cool. Pressurized cables from mechanism to carry the gases around. What I'm doing is a little bit different. Because I'm using Steve's Factory Manager, I can actually use gas tanks to put things in and out of my machines. So that's the way I'm going to go with it. So let's just get rid of, say, 6 of them for now. And what else do we need? So we've got 4 glass. I think that's everything, isn't it? So steel casing, dynamic tank, energy tablet, control circuit, gas tank, 4 glass. Gets us our rotary condensator. Next up, so we've got that and that. Chemical oxidizer, that's this guy. You need a dynamic tank, 2 control circuits, a gas tank, and an electrical chest. Okay. That needs steel, glass, and 2 chests. I've got some chests, that's alright. I need another one of them. Was that there in the middle? And then steel, the rest? It was, cool. So there's my electric chest. Oops. That's the guy wanting it. Dynamic tank, 4 of them, 2 more of them. So 1, 2, 4 of them. A dynamic tank. Cool. Chemical oxidizer, there's that bit done. And next up we want 2 chemical infusers. Now we need 2 of these because we do 2 different chemical mixes. So that's how that guy works. So 2, 4, that's easy enough as well. Cool. So what am I missing? Them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then some of these tanks that I've put in there. What's Poppy doing? Chemical infuser and another chemical infuser. That gets us them, wonderful. And now chemical dissolution, chemical washer, chemical crystallizer. These are the actual 3 things that sort of the slurries. So dissolution chamber needs an atomic core, which means I need some obsidian and some osmium dust. So I've got any obsidian dust left? I think I've used it all. Yep, so I need to pulverise up a bit of obsidian. And 2 bits of osmium. So you see in total there's 9 machines you need to get this going. 2 more of them, 4 of them. And a diamond. Have I got diamonds? I have got a diamond. No, I've got 4 diamonds. Can't count. Looking right at it and I can't count. 2 of them. Forgot already. 4 of them and that's it in it, yeah. So I'm probably going to need more enriched alloys, I'm thinking. What's wrong? Atomic core, 2 gas tanks, 2 enriched of them, and 4 more of them. Is that all my gas tanks used up? It is, so I'm going to need some more of them, guys. So there's that machine, and then gas tank there, 2 gas tanks there, so I'll go with another 8, so let's pulverise another 8 iron, for some dust, you can go in there, and I can carry on. We of course need one more machine as well. It's this guy, chemical injection chamber. This is a machine that's that goes before the purification chamber. So we shall have to do that. Now I wonder if part of this hydrogen is for the electrolysis, is for this purification. If it's for the purification chamber, then I'm doubling up what that one's needed for. I'll have to double check that. Tell you what, I ain't gonna make that bit just yet. Like I say, I don't think I've got the power to run this properly yet either, but if I do make that, I'll cut the camera because it needs 4 more of them. I ain't got the diamonds for it anyway, but we'll make what we can. There, I'll stash some of them again. I think I needed 3, didn't I, for these last bits. So what are we on to? We're on to that guy. 4 of them, 2 of them, a steel casing and a bucket of water. Steel casing is like so. 1, 2, oops, getting low on redstone as well. See, normally, because I do Twilight Forest normally when I start a series, I've normally got a whole load of redstone and stuff, which I haven't got this time because I've not done the Twilight Forest. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut camera. I think I've run out of materials here. So we've got pretty much everything made though. That goes there. There go there. No, what have I done wrong? 2 of them. Oh yeah, bucket of water, of course. Gets me the washer, and finally then, clicked on the wrong thing there I think. Oh no I didn't, I need 2 atomic cores for that as well. Okay, I'll cut camera, I'll get that last bit made, so you've seen all the bits we need to make. I'll get them made, I'll get them placed kind of in the right order I want, and then I'll show you how I'm going to go about connecting them up. Okay then, I'm back. Just made a little water source here, and I've made another aqueous accumulator, and behind that I've put ender tank. So I've got a little water source there. So these are source blocks there and there, but the 2 below source blocks as well. So the aqueous accumulator is staying full. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because the Steve's Factory Manager doesn't seem to want to pull water from aqueous accumulators, but it will pull water from ender tank. So that's why I'm doing that. I made this little thing out of micro blocks, and then after I cut the wood up, I did it in here and dropped the dropped the saw on the floor, because I'm so used to having like a sigil of magnetism or a coin of fortune that I always lose things out of there. I did that on that UHC, I did, didn't I? So I've lost my saw, so there's a diamond gone. I need to make another one of them. Damn it. So what I'm doing, I just need to fill that all up at some point, is I'm knocking about in here. So this building, let me explain real quick. The video's getting long, but I'll explain real quick. These are 7x7 cubes. 7x7, 7x7, and then this is 7x7. These are eventually going to be underground with teleporters underneath them, and they're eventually going to be made out of better materials. I'm just making it out of cobble for now, but this is kind of the plan for these places. I'm going to build a labyrinth of little labs with corridors between them, a little bit like what Nemson and Funshine X made in Utopia for the genetics lab, and I'm going to have teleposers under each square of it, so that on the surface I'll just have a little like building. I'll have a road going through here using tarmac. I'm going to have a little dock over there, and I'll have a little train track going across to my thing there, and most of the time this will be hidden under the ground, but that's why I'm doing it 7x7 by 7 cubes for the teleposers, but because of the teleposers that can be quite a long way off. And yeah, this is all going to be like iron blocks and factory blocks and all kind of stuff. Right, so what I've done in here, I ain't got any power yet, so I can't actually start running this up, but what I'm going to do, this is more to show you what's going to happen. First of all, in the Factory Manager here, I'm going to create a trigger. Let's call it water. And we are going to say, right, the first of all, really first thing I need to do is get my wrench and break that block there. And I'm going to have this ender tank there. Oops, fool. This ender tank there. So that ender tank's touching the cable now. So underneath all these blocks is the Steve's Factory Manager inventory cable. So I made 8 of them. Very cheap. In fact, I should show you. It's very cheap to make them. They're just, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 iron ingots, 1 piece of redstone, and 4 bits of glass gets you 8 of them. So it's actually quite a cheap option of doing stuff. Is Steve's Factory Manager. And they need one of these things, the machine inventory thing, which is a little bit more expensive, but not massively so. So what I can do now is I can say with the input, I don't want a tank is going to be the ender tank. Target, we can say, don't matter, with an ender tank can be any side, so we'll go with up. And liquids, we are going to blacklist. In fact, let's just whitelist water, just in case anything goes weird. So, oops, no, didn't want that. Water, there we go. So, there's that sorted. And then the outputs, move this over here a bit, we are going to go the rotary condensator, the chemical washer, and the electrolytic separator. On a shared command once. I don't really understand that bit, so we'll leave that for now. We'll leave that as it is, see how it goes. Target, and the water should be able to go into. Might have to have separate ones for this. Let's try the water in from the south. You know, that might need it in from this side. So we'll see. They might actually need it in specific sides. But we'll try. In fact, we could do more than one. Let's try it from west. See if water goes into all these. And blacklist, because we've only got one thing sending that. Then if we link these up, so trigger goes to the input, put them in a sensible order, and the input goes to the output. So what we should see is that's filling up with water, which it is, wonderful. And we should see that is not filling up with water, but that wants to be that way. So the recipe in this is wants to be water, yeah. So liquid, and we are looking at this from the east. Let's change that to east. East, activate. There we go, that's putting water in there, wonderful. So that'll get us water vapour, and this thing should be getting water as well. And this is not getting water, because this needs water from... which side does this need water from? Let's try south. Let's try all the sides. See how that goes. That's getting water in now, so something's putting water in there. I just know which side it is. I'll tidy this out all a bit later. So they're all getting water in, which is very nice. Now what we need is, this thing needs sulfur. This is a chemical oxidizer. This works off sulfur. So sulfur goes in this, any type of sulfur, thermal expansion, metallurgy, railcraft or mechanism, and that will produce this stuff, sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide goes into the chemical infuser here, and what it's going to do is that side is going to actually automatically feed into there, which is nice. And this side, we're going to want something else in there. If we look at the recipes, we want sulfur dioxide in one side, and we want oxygen in the other. So what we're going to want is, we need a chest with some empty gas things in. This is a little bit complicated, so I think I'm going to have to run this for a second episode, you know. But basically, my condition next is going to be, I need a chest, which I should have brought. Let me get a chest back in a sec. Tell you what, I'll bring some power here as well and some sulfur. We'll get a little bit of this going. Okay, it turns out I'm failing a little bit here. I've had to change things around quite significantly. Now, the issue I've got is my... Oh, I've moved that around as well, haven't I? Damn it. My issue is I can get these gas tanks to go into the electrolytic separator, but I can't get the gas tanks to go into the chemical infusers or into the rotary condensator. Now, I believe this is because these are very early versions. If you look at these, they've got no input-output controls and stuff. So it's possibly because these are very early versions of these items, and that might come in the future. But as it is at the minute, I can't really do it the way I want to. So what I'm going to have to do is I need to move this around again, because I've still not set it up right. What I'll do, if I put power into all these, I'm just going to give you a bit of an example of how this works. Then I'm going to wrap up the episode for this evening, even though it's a bit of a fail, but it is 11 o'clock at night, so anyway, the first thing we do is sulfur goes into there. And by the way, you can craft sulfur by oh, whoops, I tripped the server up then, so I won't do that while I'm looking in there. Anyway, you can craft sulfur from gunpowder, is what I was saying. So we are crafting sulfur into sulfur dioxide, which is going into here. What we should be getting in here, which we've got no water in, so let's sort this condition out down here for get the water into it. What we've got down here is, so the water should be the same, yep, and our output, let's put our output into them three things again. we've moved them all. So that should, yep, that's getting water in. So it's putting out hydrogen and oxygen. For now, I'm just going to dump the hydrogen. And what I should put in here is the oxygen. Now, I think it wants to be the way around. Does it want to be that way around? Come on. I did this before. I had to. Oh, it's not going to be that way around. Must be some damn way around, doesn't it? It's going up. What now? So whichever way I put that, it doesn't seem to want to put it into there. We did this earlier. I actually had to have it one step further along before, so I'll have to do that again. So I'm going to have to go one step further along, which means I need to change that condition again. See, it's all tricky stuff. So add that back into it. There we go. Oops, that's the wrong damn thing. Putting water back into the tank I'm taking out of. There we go. So that should be putting water into there again. We want to be dumping the hydrogen for now. That will change later on. I will sort that so it doesn't actually dump that, but it actually puts it where it wants to be going. Now that should, and it is wonderful, that should put oxygen in. So now we're getting sulfur trioxide. So that's our first thing done. Now I have to move all these along as well. This room might not be big enough. I said I'm pretty sure this will work with the gas tanks eventually, but in later versions, I don't think it's going to work right now. So I'm going to have to pick these both up. Now that's getting the right stuff in there. I'm probably going to have to make some more of this pressurized tube. So what we need to do now is the pressurized tube won't run along the same path as other pressurized tube. But that's putting out. See why I want to go with the gas, because this gets real messy. Now what I want next is to go right up to there, I think. Are we? Let's have a look. So that's connected to that, and I don't want it to. What I want it to do is connect to this. So will that put sulfur trioxide in there as? So it doesn't seem to be doing anything with the sulfur trioxide even though that's connected, so that's okay. So we're getting sulfur trioxide in there, which is good. Why was I putting water to the chemical infuser? That wasn't needed at all. Next up, we want the rotary condenser. I still can't say it. Now this wants water. It wants to toggle that to the water vapor, which it should be put in here, and it is. So there we go. We're getting sulfuric acid in there, and how much is this draining down? Yeah, it's going down pretty quick. So that gets us the next step, which is sulfuric acid. Now, unfortunately, we're out of one thing. We're out of pressurized cable. Second thing is that's not going to connect, so that's going to have to go there. And now, bear with me 1 second while I get some more pressurized cable made. Okay, then, so I'm back. So some more pressurized cable we'll put onto there, and then what we can do with this is we're going to want this to go into the chemical dissolution chamber. So I'll have to put that there, and that, like so, should put sulfuric acid into there. Wonderful. And if we put an iron ore in there, that should process into our next thing, which is iron slurry. Wonderful. So we've got a bucket's worth of iron slurry. Now we add the chemical washer back into the mix. Well, the chemical washer has got the iron slurry in, and it also needs water. So let's add to the targets here the chemical washer. There we go. So that should put water into there. So that's going to start processing that now. So that's processing the iron slurry into clean iron slurry. And then we get the chemical crystallizer, which goes onto the end there. And that's spinning up, so that's got power. And as you can see, there we go, clean iron slurry. That is going to get us iron crystals. And the iron crystals, we take them out, so how much is this going to give us? So we put one ore in there, didn't we? And the ore's gone. Iron slurry is nearly gone. How many of these are it going to give us? So is this where it actually does the 5 times? Is that going to give me... It isn't it? So there's the actual 5 times all done. Now the reason... This doesn't actually look too bad with the pipes, does it? But the reason why I was trying to do it all with the factory manager is because I was trying to get rid of all this piping and make it look a bit tidier. But this is kind of how I did it in a little test world earlier. I used a great deal of power. It's using certainly some though. I could of course have the hydrogen that this guy's producing, that we're dumping. We could have that going into a hydrogen generator and powering some of this, or even multiple hydrogen generators. But what we've got in here now is we've got 5 iron crystals. Unfortunately I can't make the next machine, because the next machine is of course the chemical injection chamber, for which I need 4 diamonds, which I just ain't got at the minute. And I've had a little look down the bottom. I think I've got all the ones that were down there. Oh, I know I might be able to do it. But the next step would be to pipe them out of there into the chemical injection chamber. If we look at that, chemical injection chamber, turn them to iron shards, and then the iron shards can go into our purification chambers as usual. We normally put our ore with the oxygen or flint going into it. So that one machine we're missing. Shall I go mine some diamonds? It's getting late. The video's getting long. I'll leave it till next time. So I'll make the chemical injection chamber next time. We'll get these iron crystals put through it, and then we've got 5 times ore processing. I kind of actually like that. I might leave it like it is. Right then, I'm going to wrap up there. I hope this wasn't too confusing, but you can see it's pretty straightforward once you've got it wired up. But it does take a little bit of doing to get the process flow going, and to get from 3 to 5, it's an extra 9 machines you need to put in here. But yeah, I hope it's enjoyable anyway, having a bit of a first look at this. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think, and I hope I see you next time. Cheers, bye.